What if I told you that the most powerful medicine against arthritis, pain, and chronic inflammation isn't always found in a pharmacy, but in your kitchen? Right now, millions of people wake up every morning battling stiff joints, swollen fingers, or that dull ache in the knees that never quite goes away. For many, the answer has always been to reach for a pill. But here's the shocking truth. Some of the simplest foods can work in ways that rival those drugs, without the side effects. In this video, we are going to uncover 3 powerful anti-inflammatory foods I use every day that can transform the way your body feels. These aren't rare superfoods or overpriced supplements. They're humble, everyday ingredients that science now proves can fight inflammation at its root. And once you know how to use them, you'll never look at your kitchen the same way again. But before we dive into the foods, let's uncover the real enemy, the hidden fire burning inside your body. When most people hear inflammation, they think of pain, swelling, or a sore joint after exercise. But inflammation is much bigger than that. Think of it like a slow-burning fire inside your body. At first, it might just smolder quietly. But over time, if that fire never goes out, it starts to damage everything around it. Your joints, your blood vessels, even your brain. Doctors call this chronic inflammation, and it's now linked not only to arthritis, but also to heart disease, memory loss, diabetes, and even certain cancers. The scary part? You might not always feel it right away. By the time stiffness or pain shows up, the damage has already been smoldering beneath the surface for years. Now here's where it gets interesting. Medications can temporarily silence the symptoms, but they don't always extinguish the fire itself. That's why people often find themselves stuck in a cycle. Relief for a few hours, then the pain creeps back in. But food? Food has the power to reach deeper. It doesn't just quiet the pain, it helps put out the fire at its source. And the first food we about to reveal is so common that you've probably drizzled it on a salad without realizing it. Nature, Anti-Inflammatory Gold. If you've ever cooked with extra virgin olive oil, you've probably noticed its smooth, golden glow. But this everyday oil holds a secret. It contains a natural compound called oleocanthal, which scientists discovered acts inside the body almost identically to ibuprofen, one of the most widely used anti-inflammatory drugs. Here's the twist. Unlike ibuprofen, which can cause stomach irritation, liver strain, and other side effects if taken too often, oleocanthal works gently, day after day, without harming your body. Every spoonful is like sending a message to your joints saying, "Calm down, the battle's over." But there's more. That peppery tickle you sometimes feel at the back of your throat when you taste strong olive oil? That's actually the oleocanthal doing its work. The stronger the bite, the higher the anti-inflammatory power. In fact, researchers suggest that just 2 tablespoons a day provide a similar anti-inflammatory effect to about 200 milliliters of ibuprofen, without the risks. So how do you use it? In the morning, some people take a spoonful straight, but if that feels like too much, try spreading it on whole grain toast with tomato or avocado. At lunch, use it as a base for your salad dressing instead of those bottled ones loaded with sugar and preservatives. Mix it with lemon juice, a touch of mustard, and a pinch of salt. At dinner, drizzle it over steamed veggies, stir it into soup just before serving, or finish grilled fish with it. Not only does it help your joints, but olive oil also supports your heart, keeps your brain sharp, and nourishes your gut. It's not just food, it's functional medicine. But while olive oil soothes inflammation, the next spice on our list doesn't just calm pain. It's been shown in clinical trials to rival the effects of pharmaceutical drugs. And the secret lies in a pinch of black pepper. For centuries, turmeric has been used in traditional Indian and Chinese medicine as a healer. Its golden color comes from curcumin, a compound so powerful that scientists now compare it to some of the most common anti-inflammatory drugs. The catch? Curcumin by itself isn't easily absorbed. You could sprinkle turmeric on your food every day and barely scratch the surface of its benefits. That's where black pepper enters the story. Black pepper contains piperine, and when combined with turmeric, it boosts curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Without pepper, Turmeric is a sleeping giant. With pepper, it becomes a force of nature. Here's what makes curcumin extraordinary. It blocks the molecules that trigger inflammation inside your body. It acts as a powerful antioxidant, protecting your joints from oxidative stress. In studies, it has been shown to be just as effective as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, in reducing arthritis pain, but without harming your stomach or kidneys. Practical ways to use it. Make golden milk in the morning, warm almond milk, half a teaspoon of turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, cinnamon, and honey. Toss it into smoothies with banana, pineapple, or mango to mask the earthy taste. Add it to soups, curries, roasted vegetables, or rice. If you really dislike the flavor, supplements with turmeric and black pepper extract are available. But here's a secret. Using the spice in food still brings extra plant compounds that supplements miss. The combination is where the real magic lies. Still, turmeric's effects build up slowly. It's not a take it once and feel amazing fix. It works like a quiet healer in the background, lowering flare-ups, softening stiffness, and giving your body the space to heal naturally. And while turmeric is golden, the next food is fiery. It's humble, knobby, and you've probably used it for an upset stomach. But its real gift is what it does for arthritis pain. Ginger has been trusted in Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine for thousands of years, but modern science is only now catching up. This root contains powerful compounds like gingerol and shogal, which block the same inflammatory pathways that drugs like ibuprofen target, except ginger doesn't come with a warning label. In fact, one clinical study found that ginger extract reduced knee pain in arthritis patients so significantly that they were able to cut down their use of pain medication. Another found ginger's effects were comparable to ibuprofen in reducing joint stiffness. But ginger isn't just about joints. It improves circulation, boosts immunity, and even supports brain health. Think of it as a full-body healer that just happens to taste great. Here's how to use it. Tea, grate fresh ginger, steep it in hot water with lemon and honey, and sip it in the morning. Smoothies. Blend a small piece of fresh ginger with banana, spinach, and pineapple. Cooking, stir-fry garlic and ginger in olive oil before adding vegetables or meat. Shots. Blend ginger with lemon juice and water, strain, and take a quick shot for a fiery kick. Even a little goes a long way. 2 to 4 grams of fresh ginger a day is enough for most people, and the consistency matters more than the dose. A teaspoon here, a tea there, day after day. That's where the healing builds. Now, these 3 foods are powerful. But here's the thing most people overlook. You can eat all the olive oil, turmeric, and ginger you want, but if you ignore one hidden factor, you'll never see the full results. Here's the truth. Anti-inflammatory foods are like sparks, but your lifestyle is the oxygen that determines whether those sparks light a fire or fizzle out. Sleep. Missing just one night of sleep increases inflammatory markers in your blood. That's why pain feels worse after a restless night. Stress. Chronic stress keeps your body in fight mode, which floods your system with inflammatory chemicals. Gut health. A damaged gut lining leaks toxins into the bloodstream, triggering inflammation everywhere, including your joints. The good news? The same foods that calm inflammation, olive oil, turmeric, ginger, also support gut balance and hormone regulation. When paired with proper sleep, hydration, and stress management, they create an environment where your body can truly heal. And when you add in these lifestyle amplifiers, the results can feel almost unreal. But even then, many people sabotage themselves without realizing it. You might be surprised, but small mistakes can erase the benefits of these foods. Olive oil. Buying low-quality oils diluted with cheap vegetable oils. Always choose cold-pressed, extra virgin, in a dark glass bottle. Turmeric. Using it without black pepper or cooking it too long, which destroys curcumin. Add it at the end of cooking for maximum potency. Ginger. Boiling it for too long, which breaks down its active compounds. Steep gently instead. These might seem minor, but they make the difference between just eating the food and actually harnessing its healing power. So what happens when you do it right? Let's look at what people are actually experiencing. Thousands of people who've added these foods to their daily lives report noticeable changes. Stiff mornings becoming easier, swollen joints shrinking down, needing fewer pills to get through the day. Science backs them up. In clinical trials, participants who consistently used olive oil, turmeric with black pepper, and ginger showed reduced inflammation markers, improved mobility, and better overall health. The real key is consistency. Healing isn't about one giant step. It's about small, repeated choices, drizzling olive oil, sipping ginger tea, sprinkling turmeric, that add up until one day you realize the pain doesn't control your life anymore. And that brings us to the final takeaway, the thought I want to leave you with. Here's the bottom line. Every bite you take either fuels the fire of inflammation or helps put it out. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need a radical diet. You just need consistent daily choices that add up over time. Olive oil, turmeric with black pepper, and ginger are three of the simplest, most affordable tools you have. They're not exotic, they're not expensive, they're just powerful. So the next time you cook, remember this. You're not just making a meal, you're feeding your future self, the one who moves more easily, feels more energy, and lives with less pain. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these three foods are you most excited to try? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to know. And if this helped you, hit that like button. Subscribe for more natural health tips and share this with someone who needs it. Because healing is possible, and sometimes it starts with the simplest choices.